Korea's history is one of the most intense survival stories on Earth. For thousands of years, this small peninsula sat between powerful empires, absorbing invasions, pressure, and influence from every direction, and yet it never disappeared. Kingdoms rose, fell, and rose again. Foreign powers arrived, left scars, and moved on. Korea stayed. This is the true story of how one nation endured endless conflict, rebuilt again and again, and still managed to shape a culture that now influences the entire world. Long before Korea became a single nation, the peninsula was divided into competing kingdoms that shaped its early identity. Goguryeo dominated the north with military strength and defended fiercely against massive invasions. Baekje flourished in culture, trade, and art, spreading influence across East Asia. Silla, smaller and less powerful at first, relied on diplomacy and alliances to survive. For centuries, these kingdoms fought, negotiated, and adapted in a constant struggle for survival. Eventually, Silla unified most of the peninsula, laying the foundation for a shared Korean identity. After Silla declined, the Goryeo dynasty emerged and gave Korea its name. This period saw the growth of centralized rule, advanced craftsmanship, and remarkable innovation. Goryeo developed metal movable printing types centuries before it appeared in Europe and produced some of the world's finest ceramics. However, its strategic location once again brought danger. The Mongol Empire invaded repeatedly, forcing Goryeo into submission while allowing it to survive as a distinct culture. Korea endured pressure without losing itself. In 1392, the Joseon dynasty replaced Goryeo and ruled for over 500 years, shaping Korea's social structure and values. Confucianism guided education, government, and daily life, creating a strong sense of order and discipline. During this era, King Sejong introduced Hangul, a writing system designed so ordinary people could read and write. This single decision transformed Korean culture forever. Yet Joseon was not peaceful. Japan invaded in the late 1500s, followed by Manchu invasions in the 1600s. Each time, Korea survived, weakened but unbroken. By the 19th century, Korea faced a rapidly changing world. Western powers were expanding across Asia, China struggled to maintain influence, and Japan sought dominance. Korea attempted to preserve its independence, but its strategic position made neutrality impossible. In 1910, Japan formally annexed Korea, beginning a colonial period marked by exploitation, repression, and resistance. Korean language, culture, and identity were targeted, yet they endured underground, preserved by people determined not to forget who they were. In 1945, Japan's defeat brought Korea liberation, but not unity. The peninsula was divided by Cold War politics, with Soviet influence in the north and American influence in the south. Tensions escalated quickly, and in 1950, the Korean War erupted. The conflict devastated the land and its people, ending not with peace, but with an armistice. Korea remained divided, separated by one of the most heavily fortified borders in the world, a reminder that the war never truly ended. After the war, North and South Korea followed dramatically different paths. The North became isolated and militarized under a centralized system. The South endured authoritarian rule before transitioning to democracy and experiencing rapid economic growth. Within a few decades, South Korea transformed from a war-torn country into a global leader in technology, education, and culture. Meanwhile, the division continued to define life on both sides of the border, shaping identity, politics, and daily reality. Today, Korea carries its history quietly but visibly in everyday life. The memory of invasions, colonization, war, and division is not confined to textbooks. It is reflected in monuments, family stories, traditions, and even the shape of the nation itself. The division of the peninsula continues to influence politics, security, and identity, reminding Koreans that history is not something left behind, but something still unfolding. At the same time, Korea has demonstrated extraordinary resilience. From the ruins of war, the country rebuilt itself through education, discipline, and collective effort. Korean culture now extends far beyond its borders, shaping global conversations through music, film, technology, fashion, and language. What was once a nation fighting to survive has become a nation influencing the world. Korea's modern success is not a rejection of its past, but a response to it. The hardships endured over centuries forged adaptability, innovation, and determination. The story of Korea today is not simply one of suffering or conflict. It is a story of endurance, reinvention, and the refusal to be erased, even when history offered countless opportunities for disappearance.